So we actually heard this from Mr. Lavender before, that now more than ever, it is critical that leaders from the public, private, and nonprofit sectors work together to develop and sustain the talent pipeline that feeds the creative economy of our region and state. I think, Mr. Calderon, you were speaking of that earlier. And also, a necessary first step is investment in accessible, high-quality arts education, but championing policies and practices that encourage creative placemaking, entrepreneurship, and innovation are also required for growing the talent pipeline. And this is the kind of thing we try to do in arts education, particularly in those schools. There's probably about 25 of them around the state that really focus completely on the arts. Students audition to get in or have some other mechanism to get in. So talking about some of the things that we do at the California Arts Council to support all this, we would say that this is critical from the Otis report, that we properly value the impact for California. And that's why the California Arts Council invested in the effort to produce this report. We think it's very valuable for people to know not just what's going on in the arts, but its economic impact. We are committed to arts education, obviously. I've sort of devoted my life to arts education. We have programs such as Create California, Artists in Schools, Jump Starts for youth that are incarcerated, and Poetry Out Loud, which was just here in the Capitol a few weeks ago and was a brilliant kind of a mix of classical and modern stuff going on, where students are memorizing the various classical poems, performing them in a competition, and we end up with a winner, and it's very exciting for all of us to see that. So we both have the intrinsic value of the arts and the workforce development standpoint that I think Mr. Kleinhans was showing us before. We also have programs that are complementary. We're focusing on creative placemaking and innovation and community and economic development, such as our Creative California Communities program, launched just last year, and the local impact program that really get the arts out into communities and help that economic driver get going. We also champion legislation like AB 189 regarding arts and culture districts. We're very excited about that, and I think we're going to hear more about that later in greater detail. My school. So talk about economic development in downtown Oakland. We took over a kind of dilapidated area just north of downtown. They call it Uptown. And Jerry Brown was the mayor at that time, and he created 2 charter schools there. And one of them was this Oakland School for the Arts. It was actually created in 2002. I came on board in 2008, and we have built it into a 750-kid school where they are dominating the downtown area with their parents, and much as you were talking about the shows that we do, all the ripple effects of the economy that brings, and we probably put on 40 to 50 shows a year. It's really part of economic driver and cultural rehabilitation of a really dilapidated downtown area. These students are so disciplined. You saw the dancers before. They are among our most disciplined students, the kind of work that they have to put in and what that does for them later. I'm going to give you some examples of things that kids have done after they leave an art school. Not all of them do go into the arts. Academic work. The academic work that you see there are engaged, excited students. The arts have stimulated them to be curious about the world. They are just a group of kids that relate well to each other and relate well to the world. They know how to work together in collaboration, and you're seeing great examples of that there. So I love this particular photo. So arts education equals career success. So you're looking at middle school students, some of them as young as 11 years old. They are collaborating. Notice the teacher in the front is hardly noticeable because these kids are so engaged in what they're doing. They have practiced by themselves hours and hours a week, but when they get together, it's a collaborative effort that could work in any kind of field at all, because collaboration, we know, is very important. So finally, some quotes that I grabbed from Richard Florida's The Rise of the Creative Class, which is really one of the books that got this started, one of the thought leaders that got a lot of this started, that the creative individual is no longer viewed as an iconoclast. He or she is the new mainstream, and I think we really want to believe that and invest in that. And beneath the surface, unnoticed by many, an even deeper force was at work. The rise of creativity as a fundamental economic driver, and the rise of a new social class, the creative class. And what I like about the phrase, the creative class, is it stretches across all boundaries, whether it be ethnic, whether it be economic. You can be creative in any area, including insurance adjustment. I've met creative insurance adjusters. I think many of you heard me say that before. That when I run into someone, I know when they have that creative spirit and what that does for their quality of their work and the quality of their company. I have some wonderful examples here of things that our students have done after they've left an art school. We have a video artist who went to community college as soon as he left our school. He now owns his own youth leadership nonprofit. So yes, he uses video there, but is the video work that he did with us the center of his life? No, it's not. It's just part of the process of growing and learning how to work in the world. Any stage manager who's ever been backstage and managed an entire show of sometimes 100 people, and you're 16 years old, that kind of leadership is, you just can't replace it anywhere else. It's enormous, and we need to be giving kids these opportunities. A vocal music graduate of 2006 has an MA in journalism from UC Berkeley and now works as one of the lead communications people in Senator Barbara Lee's office. We have a dancer and a doctor. So majoring in medicine, minoring in dance at Middlebury in Vermont. And we also have another dancer, a major in international relations, dancer minor at Harvard University. So we are really proud of all that our kids have done, whether it be from community college or going right into the workforce. We just think that arts education throughout California is really important. And not only in art schools, I think we need to support it in all the schools to make sure kids have it all the time. And the California Arts Council is certainly doing their share to make that happen. Thank you.